Fox Sports Carolinas welcomes you inside PNC Arena here in Raleigh. Second and final meeting for the Carolina Hurricanes and the Minnesota Wild. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Trip Tracy, I'm John Forsland. As always, thanks for joining us, Trip. Hockey is a game of trends, and tonight we'll start with two Hurricanes that are trending in the right direction, although quietly. Nathan Gerbe and Andrej Nesteršill.
Yeah, they both put together the longest point streaks on the team playing together. Now, they will be split up tonight, but what have they done together? Well, it's been 3 points in 3 games for Nathan Gerbe. You can never question his work ethic. Anybody that watches his team knows that, but I think his offensive confidence is on the rise. Now, he'll play on a line tonight with Victor Rask, who has been his centerman, and also Alex Semin. I think his creativity has been very noticeable too. Andrej Nesteršill, 5 assists in his last 3 games. You know, we've seen him at center, we've seen him on the left wing, but as a right shot, I'm starting to think I like him the best on his offside. That's where he'll be tonight to try to ignite Jordan Staal in the middle, Eric Staal in the other wing.
Earlier tonight, here's Tripp with number 15.
Andre, 5 points in your last 3 games. The playmaking dimension of your game is really rolling. Why?
You know what, to be honest, I just tried to play honest hockey and play good defensively, which creates offense for you, so that's probably why.
You're going to be on a different line with the 2 Staals. The 3 of you big bodies have a big game if you do what?
If we're heavy on the puck and put it in the offensive zone and roll around for a bit and find a good spots and make a couple good plays, and we're going to have a good game.
Thanks, Andre. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
So as Andre skates away, Tripp, the task for him tonight is to play with the Staal brothers, who unfortunately in the last few games are trending in the wrong direction, but tonight ready to meet the challenge.
Yeah, and Andre has to compliment, the 2 brothers, the captain and alternate captain, playing his game. You know, tonight they're going to have to be better than the line of Granlund on the other side with Zach Parise and Jason Pominville, who had 2 goals last night, playing against Ryan Suter, but they're rested. That's going to have to be the trio that leads the forward group.
The trend for Minnesota is way up. Right now, the first wild card spot in the Western Conference, one of the hottest teams in the National Hockey League. And Tripp, their young players are getting it done.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Mikael Granlund, I just mentioned him. I mean, he's a superstar in his native country of Finland because of what he's done for the Finnish nation in international competition. He's really improved his skating since, when he broke into the league. Very responsible 2-way player, playing on a line with Parise and Pominville. Matt Dumba, a first-round pick, a defenseman out of Red Deer, same program that produced Cam Ward a few years ago. Right now, he's overflowing with confidence. Had 2 goals and a win over Edmonton earlier this week.
The biggest turning point in their season, 6'6" Devan Dubnyk, acquired in mid-January. Look at that record. 23 in a row in terms of starts here tonight. He's been well-traveled, but it looks like he has found a landing spot with the Minnesota Wild, who are 15-3-2 since the All-Star break. Anton Khudobin will get the start tonight as the spotlights come up here in Raleigh, and the Hurricanes start a 5-game homestand. They've been off all week after losing in Chicago on Monday night. That ended a 3-game winning streak for the Hurricanes, but tonight they look to get back on track here at home in their second and final meeting with the Minnesota Wild, a team they played in mid-February, losing 6-3 at XL Energy Center. So we'll see how the Hurricanes handle the test tonight. Bill Peters is ready, and he's standing by with Chantel McCabe.
Coach, Minnesota played last night and won. They've won 8 of their last 10. How must your team start this game in order to get the results you're looking for?
Well, we got to get the puck in behind their D. We got to make sure we're getting the puck and bodies to the net. Make it hard on Dubnyk.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
He's ready for it tonight. He takes that long walk. His team gets another crack at the Minnesota Wild. Welcomes you back inside PNC Arena. We get set for the 18th all-time meeting between these two teams. The starting goaltenders tonight, Anton Khudobin, who relieved Cam Ward in the 3rd period in Chicago on Monday night, gets the start here tonight. Devan Dubnyk, it's 23 in a row. And in that time period, his goals against is south of 2 and north in terms of save percentage of 93%. Sit back and enjoy this one. The second and final meeting. Carolina losing in Minnesota on February 14th, 6-3. Brett Belmore paired on defense with Jack Hillen. Victor Rask, Nathan Gerbe, Alexander Semin up front. For Bill Peters and the Carolina Hurricanes, Nate Prosser paired on defense with Matt Dumba, who we outlined in the open. Chris Stewart, the newcomer, turned over to Nathan Gerbe, blocked by Nate Prosser as the Wild attempt to get it out.
And the puck carrier right now, I want to correct myself. Dumba had 2 goals earlier this week and a big win over Ottawa, not Edmonton, and that's quite an accomplishment with the way the Senators are playing right now.
Minnesota occupying the first wild card spot now in the Western Conference. A red-hot team, one of the best since January 1st. Carolina has the 5th best record in the Eastern Conference since January 1. Justin Falk, the Minnesotan, back to play it. Along the boards, Jordan Staal looks for Ron Hainsey, and now Eric Staal gets it back, and here come the Canes out to center. Eric for Jordan. Jordan goes wide. His shot sails off a stick off Ryan Suter, and it goes out of play. Our first look at Bill Peters.
Well, you touched upon it in your sit-down with assistant coach Steve Smith in the pregame show. After playing in Chicago Monday night, the guys were given the day off Tuesday, then a conditioning skate really Wednesday. Some neutral zone work to prepare for what Mike Yo's team does structurally. Boy, are they confident right now. They didn't change their game, down 1-0 for the majority of the game against the Caps last night. Really in a trench warfare type 60 minutes.
That's a good way to describe it. Boy, they just slugged it out at great length. Now it comes all the way back. Ron Hainsey, well wide, looking for a tip. Justin Falk pummels one, and it's stopped by Devin Dubnyk in back of the goal. Eric Staal takes over, looking for Nestrashil off of Dubnyk. Here's Ron Hainsey, straight away with a shot off the blocker of Devin Dubnyk. Heading to it for the Hurricanes, Andre Nestrashil. Power move for Eric Staal, denied by Dubnyk. Eric's on it away from Mikhail Granlund, picked off by Ryan Suter as the Wild attempt to get it out.
Boy, the efficient nature that Suter plays the game, but even for him, a tough back-to-back. So you want to make his night as difficult as possible for a player that'll probably challenge 30 minutes.
All right, Triv, let's take a look at the Rex Express Care injuries and scratches. Rex Healthcare, chosen for excellence.
Murphy's getting close. Good chance he'll play against Edmonton. Brad Malone has done such a nice job of coming back in the lineup and playing well when he's been a healthy extra. Mikael Jordan, the other healthy body, with Rasmus Rissanen making his debut. So exciting to see that.
We will get to know the young Finn momentarily. What a great moment, playing his first game in the National Hockey League. This one comes all the way back and on cue. Let's take a look. 3 things to know. The young man drafted in 2009, taken in the 6th round, and getting his first chance tonight at this level.
Well, he's from Kuopio, Finland, which, by the way, is the same hometown where Sami Kapanen, a well-known Hurricane, is from. Also, Kimmo Timonen. Played in the Western Hockey League with some good defensemen. Radko Gudas, Ryan Murray, a first-round pick of Columbus, and he's going to have a memorable night.
Paired on defense with John Michael Lyles, who has the puck. Away now and out to center ice. Riley Nash broken up. Christian Folin in on Anton Hudobin, and no further play.
Well, for Rissanen, for Hurricanes fans, he's a Finn, but a guy that's going to be coming back for the alumni game, an ultra-popular Hurricane. This is the player that Rissanen, you'd like to think he could have the same type of identity, and that's Nicholas Wallin. Shutdown guy, popular teammate, very strong with his ability to create body position and physicality.
He's done what has been needed at the American Hockey League level, similar to Mikael Jordan. And now down the stretch, Bill Peters and his staff can get a long look at this young Finn. Ron Hainsey paired on defense with Justin Falk, Jay McClement, Chris Terry, Patrick Dwyer up front. Charlie Coyle and his line mates are out for Mike Yeo. It comes all the way in behind Devin Dubnyk. This is icing. Let's take a look at the Storm Tracker, our game keys here tonight.
Well, it starts with the fact that the Hurricanes have started on time most home nights. And, this kicks off the busiest month of the home schedule here in March. The top 2 penalty kills. Carolina 1, Mike Yo's Minnesota shorthanded play number 2. And the biggest line we've seen in all of our years working together in terms of height, the 2 Stalls plus Nestrashil.
Mikko Koivu wins the draw. Prosser's shot tipped wide. Chris Stewart, the newcomer, acquired from Buffalo, sets up Koivu. Rejected here by Carolina's Jay McClement. He's hit on the way out. A good hit by Mikko Koivu. Nino Niederreiter goes deep, intended for Chris Stewart, who takes a seat. Now Justin Falk has time and space, and away they go. Falk out to center ice. Carolina at the Minnesota line, rejected, broken up here, and carried out by Nino Niederreiter. He sat out last night in Washington with an injury. Thomas Vanek, a late scratch for the Wild, out with an illness. That play choked off by Mikko Koivu. Carolina's Pat Dwyer, who did not play in Chicago, has control as he gets it in.
What makes the Wild run even more impressive is they have some key bodies out. You mentioned Niederreiter coming back in the lineup, Vanek being out, but no Jared Spurgeon or Marco Scandella, and they are, to me, nowhere near as dynamic of a team without that defensive pairing. in particular Spurgeon, and that makes what they're doing right now even more impressive. Zucker up front is a bright young forward, so that tells you about their depth.
Well, Spurgeon skated this morning. He's very close. It's been a concussion for him. He could play on Sunday. They go home and take on Colorado. Scandella about a week away, but when they are together, many feel as a 3 and 4, that might be one of the best tandems at that level, 3 and 4 in the league.
I agree. And Bill Peters coached Spurgeon in the Western Hockey League. They won a Memorial Cup. He calls him one of the 10 smartest hockey players he's ever coached.
Jordan Staal for Andre Nestrashil, has 5 assists in his last 3. Eric Staal gets after it. Ryan Suter played over 30 minutes again last night in D.C. out to center ice. He's second in terms of time on ice in the league. Kyle Brodziak chipped out in front by Justin Fontaine, gained here by Jordan Staal. Ron Hainsey now starts the breakout.
The puck cut Falk up high. So he got clipped with a stick in Chicago the other night on a follow-through in the second period, and now he's staying on the ice, but definitely in some pain.
Ryan Suter with his head up. Telegraph pass picked off by Ron Hainsey. Moving in, Riley Nash caught without problem by Devin Dubnyk. Hey, Caniacs, 50% off is back if the Canes score 3 or more. Get 50% off your entire menu price online order at participating Papa John's the day after the Canes score 3 or more. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Watch Falk right at the hash marks. Actually, that's really a product of good, tight coverage on Fontaine. They're actually great friends because they played together in Minnesota, Duluth. So I'm sure that Justin will have some words for his Bulldog teammate for that redirection into the facial area.
Doug Bennett working on Justin Falk at the bench. Minnesota used to scoring first of late. John Michael Lyles out in front. Carolina goes for the first one, cut off by Mikhail Granlund. The shot from Nathan Gerbe. They have scored the game's first goal in 14 of their last 18 out in front. It kicks around and back for Ron Hainsey. He'll go deep. Top of your screen, Nathan Gerbe. Gerbe in control. Turning with it, Alex Semin, who scored his third in Chicago on Monday. In control along the boards and back out, Jason Pominville. In the center zone, Granlund drops it off. Christian Folan moves it along. Jordan Leopold with a shot. Body down by Hudobin and captured by Ron Hainsey.
Leopold has grabbed the attention of the hockey world because of the letter that his daughter Jordan, who's 10 years old, wrote living in Minnesota, asking for her dad at the trade deadline to come home from Columbus. What a neat story.
Better than the agent, I'd say. Whoever that is, no disrespect, out to center ice. Carried along here by Jonas Brodin. And I believe it's Neil Sheehy. It goes deep. Out of the corner, Brodin broken up. Riley Nash now plays it along the boards and carried back out by Elias Lindholm. Lindholm in control, crisscrossing Jeff Skinner. He'll get it deep. Ryan Suter along the boards now for Jordan Schrader, broken up. He scored against Carolina on the 14th of February at XL Energy Center. Sweep check by Charlie Coyle that time, and losing a stick in the process, Carolina's Riley Nash. Schrader is away. A good look there. Rissanen plays the body on Jordan Schrader. It goes deep, and Carolina gets to it.
That'll take away some of the nerves for Rissanen. Nice, clean body check, playing to his strengths.
Charlie Coyle with a shot rejected by Anton Hudobin. Schrader on a cycle. Sean Bergenheim, the newcomer from the Florida Panthers, broken up. Peppered by Elias Lindholm. Lindholm along the boards. Rissanen is there to lend a helping hand. Now McClement, and out they come. Skinner elevates the puck, but gave it away, and Minnesota takes over.
Bergenheim has been a money player and has scored some big goals over the years for Tampa in this building.
In the slot, negated by Falk, not out. Prosser goes deep. In the corner, Niederreiter on Falk. Played here by Chris Stewart. Justin Falk picked off Mikko Koivu. It deflects high, loose to the wall. Chris Stewart, a good look at him. High slot, turning Mikko Koivu to the point. Shot taken by Dumba, denied by Hudobin. He doesn't see it. Now you see it. Now you do. Anton Hudobin melts it down. Rasmus Rissanen in his first National Hockey League game. No quarter given here. Good play.
In the first, Jordan Leopold was traded to Minnesota at the deadline, which is where his wife and 4 kids live year-round. We'll have the whole story in the first intermission, but this has caught the attention everywhere. A letter that his daughter wrote asking for a trade. A reaction for our Geico quote from Mike Yeo, the head coach of the Wild, saying, you want people to come here and get invested into the group and really want to play for something bigger than just money or a new contract. For him, I know absolutely 100% he's playing for something bigger, and that something bigger is the family, guys.
Well, it's been a long, winding road in the NHL, Chantel, for Leopold, but once upon a time he's a national champion as a Minnesota Golden Gopher, that tremendous college program.
Eric Stahl with Nestrahill out in front. Jordan fanning on it as the trailer. Jordan Stahl with that opportunity. Chris Stewart hands it off to Mikko Koivu. He'll move it by Brett Belmore. John Michael Lyles for the Hurricanes, tied up by Nino Niederreiter. Scored an overtime winner in round 1 against Colorado in Game 7 a season ago. Jordan Stahl's pass broken up by Koivu. Jordan got it back. Carolina is offside.
Well, you win faceoffs, good things can happen. Let's just watch Eric Stahl fly the zone, and he really is able to catch Jonas Brodin, Suter's partner. And it leads to a 2-on-1. So Suter comes back and does what great defensemen do. That's bail out his partner. What a play by Suter.
Minnesota D-to-D. Christian Folin, young man out of the University of Massachusetts Lowell. Another adventure for Anton Hudobin. It goes to the corner. He's had a couple of those already. Out of the corner now. Along the boards, Nathan Gerbe. Eric Haula loose at the top of the crease, gathered in by Victor Rask, and the Hurricanes will escape harm. Here comes Gerbe busting in. He throws on the brakes. Nathan Gerbe hands it off in a cycle. Alexander Semin gets to it. Gerbe awaiting. Skate to stick. A wrister wide of Devin Dubnyk. Loose along the boards. Semin in control. Alex Semin flings it offside, outside the line, where Justin Falk now will dump it in.
Boy, Dubnyk just, it's his 23rd start in a row, but the third time he has started in the tail end of back-to-back games. One of those games is a member of the Wild. He was pulled against Detroit. So, you know, it's a testing scenario, even for a goaltender seeing the puck like Dubnyk is.
Over the line, it's Nash. His shot stopped by Devin Dubnyk. Along the boards now, Jason Pominville broken up by Carolina's Riley Nash. The Hurricanes reorganize. Shots are even at 4 as we see. Now it comes all the way back in. Pominville. Jordan Leopold, nice reverse. Christian Folin along the wall. All the way back down, and it's played here by Jack Hillen. D-to-D for Brett Belmore. Indirect pass, Elias Lindholm. Here they come. Rink widening for Skinner. Play is whistled dead.
The linesman blew the play down, and both referees are going over to figure out why. They're calling too many men, I believe.
Yep.
We see 3 Hurricanes, and let's just watch the Hurricanes bench. Yeah, you see some real indecision there, and that change. And stop it right here, guys. It's this linesman right here that actually makes the call. And Mike Yeo said this morning, the one area that he is looking for definite growth is his team's power play. You know, that's the one facet of the game that needs to become more of a momentum generator.
Minnesota, a strong team, but a power play that has struggled. 28th overall, 30th on the road. Carolina's kill, the best in the National Hockey League, and number 3 at home. Minnesota in the last 5, 0 for 16. Right away and right out, Patrick Dwyer. Devin Dubnyk out to play it. As we approach the halfway mark in period 1, John Tripp and Chantel with you as always. Tonight on Sports South, we're back on Fox Sports Carolinas on Sunday afternoon. Canes and Edmonton starting at 2:30. Mikko Koivu high over the top of Anton Hudobin. Now a foot race. Jay McClement getting back. Pominville, McClement, a steal rejected by Ryan Suter.
Second excellent defensive play Suter's made. He made it on the 2-on-1. And prior to that, Mikko Koivu, he's had a strong start to this game. Good back pressure causing turnovers there, the entry.
Top of your screen, Patrick Dwyer for Carolina, Ryan Suter, Zach Parise, Chris Stewart now back to the point. It's Pominville. He'll dust it off. Inside it goes along the wall. Mikko Koivu. He'll front the play. Inside again, Parise, a give back. Koivu one more time. Good stick by Riley Nash. It kicks around. Falk is on it ahead of Parise, but not out. Held in by Pominville. Now Stewart out in front. Unattainable for Zach Parise. Getting to it is Patrick Dwyer, held in by Ryan Suter. Hard around it goes. It's a foot race. Going down, Ron Hainsey in desperation. He got it out. Jason Pominville will settle it down. That much time left on the game's first power play. Jonas Brodin to the outside of Hainsey. He's in. He'll stop. Pull up and button hook. Hammered by Niederreiter, but fanned on by Nino Niederreiter, and it's dumped back out to center ice.
Good second effort from Hainsey. He actually moved from the board side to the bench side defense because he wanted to get off as soon as he could, and he was able to, and that was why.
Puck is dumped out by the Hurricanes. 10 seconds left in the power play. Niederreiter coming back, and now Jonas Brodin. The young Swede, a first-round pick. Matthew Dumba over the line. Granlund. Niederreiter. This way it's Coyle. They score! Charlie Coyle was wide open on the weak side. 11 minutes gone in period 1. 1-0 Minnesota.
Okay, everybody, let's just watch Coyle. Remember that, Bill Peters has always said, and I agree with him, that, a power play really does not expire until the next whistle after the penalty expires. Because you can have fatigue, you can have players playing positions they're not accustomed to, and you have a couple of these combining factors in Charlie Coyle being able to win that race to the net and really finish that puck with elevation on his natural right side. That was a heck of a play for the Boston native.
Boy, the first pass from Dumba through the center zone was great. That triggered it, and then the finish by Charlie Coyle. 1-0 Minnesota, and again they strike first, getting the first goal of the game, the 15th time in their last 19 games. It comes all the way back in. And this is a team that has rattled off a record of 17-3-2 since the middle of January. It goes high. Eric Haula with a shot. Fished along by Jonas Brodin out of the corner. Out of that scrum. With 8:28 left to go in period 1. Eric Stahl. Dead center, Andre Nestrashil broken up, pickpocketed by Eric Haula. Turning back now, Carolina's Jack Hillen. Hillen starts ahead over the line. He lets it fly. It goes high over the top of Devan Dubnyk. Back out to neutral ice. Minnesota 0 for 1 was not a power play goal, but the goal comes from Charlie Coyle, his 8th, from Nino Niederreiter and Mikael Granlund at the 11-minute mark. Now Schrader lays it across. Sean Bergenheim will get it deep on Justin Falk. They go to work. Coyle, the goal scorer, in back of Hudobin. Schrader, Jordan Schrader, to the outside, out in front. Good stick that time defensively by Ron Hainsey, and it pops out.
Coyle began his college career at Boston University, but then altered his course to the Quebec Major Junior League. He's a relative of Tony Amonte and went to the same high school as Amonte and Jeremy Roenick, two fine Massachusetts-born players.
Sean Bergenheim pickpocketed by Jack Hillen. Carolina having a tough time getting it out. Now Semin takes over in the neutral zone. Alexander Semin broken up by Chris Stewart on a line change, and Minnesota can attempt to reorganize. Here's Stewart holding onto it. Now Koivu from well out, rejected by Anton Hudobin out of the corner now. Played back to the point. Nate Prosser. His wrister patted down by Hudobin. Played here by Brett Belmore. And back out to center ice. Jeff Skinner moves on Koivu. Over the line, his pass detected. Niederreiter got to it. It's loose in the center zone, and the Hurricanes will jump on it. Belmore blocked by Niederreiter, fielded by Chris Stewart. He looks around, waits for a friend, lays it along for Matt Dumba. Dumba to an open corner. Jumping on it here. Koivu for Dumba. Negotiating at the point, a wrister blocked in front. Jeff Skinner has a tough time with Dumba, who gets it deep.
And the Hurricanes, whether it be shorthanded or here at even strength, they're having trouble getting pucks out. And I think a lot of that is due to the systematic approach and the discipline that Minnesota plays in the neutral zone and up the ice.
Devan Dubnyk now hands it off. Just about 14 minutes gone in the first period. This way, Jonas Brodin getting it from Ryan Suter. Pominville a chip. A good look at Justin Falk ahead of Mikael Granlund. Has 9 points in his last 10. Out to center. A handoff Dwyer for Terry. Chris Terry out in front. Here's Hillen, stopped by Devan Dubnyk. Played here now, back to the point. McClement with a shot. It's tipped wide off of Granlund. Getting to it, Zach Parise. Back out to center ice.
That is exactly what Sean Burke, the goalie coach of the Arizona Coyotes, was working on with Devan Dubnyk. Have enough of a push to be set when the shot occurs. He was there.
Carolina moves in off the stick of Jordan Stahl this way. It's left there by Chris Terry. Jordan back of the goal, working Suter. His pass, the first attempt didn't work. Second chance does. Here's Rissanen at the point. Rasmus Rissanen in his first game, broken up. Heading back in the back check that time, Kyle Brodziak, and away they go. Out to center ice, choked off by Rissanen, right back in.
I know his parents, Maria and Timo, were trying to get over here, of course, for their son's first NHL game. Also has a brother, but I don't believe he's in attendance.
Brodziak to the outside of John Michael Lyles. This fourth line has been very good for Mike Yeo. Brodziak, Fontaine, Eric Haula. Out to center ice, Victor Rask in control. He'll protect the puck, start it back. Just over 15 minutes gone in period one. Charlie Coyle has given Minnesota a 1-0 lead out in front. Off the stick of Jordan Leopold. The shot taken by Eric Stahl. 4:42 left to go in the first period. Nino Niederreiter to Charlie Coyle. 1-0 Minnesota.
Kieran Raleigh. Okay, this is Rissanen, and here's Belmore. Okay, if they're going to slide over to make this a 2-on-2, then that means the first forward back has to sort out and take the eventual goal scorer, Charlie Coyle. You see what it doesn't happen there. That's sorting out off of the rush, and that's how Coyle gets open. Obviously, it's a heck of a cross-ice pass and finish.
It was a great play. Charlie Coyle now will take the draw. Closed here by Carolina's Riley Nash. Lyles moving up, broken up, pickpocketed that time. A good play by Sean Bergenheim. Jordan Schrader now will get it deep on Anton Hudobin. He reverses and he turned it over. Bergenheim in control. Back of the goal goes by Coyle this way. Matt Dumba. Dumba, 4 goals in his last 8. Out of the corner now. Played here and in control. Moved along by Rasmus Rissanen. Not out. Schrader's shot hung on to by Anton Hudobin. PNC Arena installed a state-of-the-art lighting system this season. LED technology developed and manufactured by Durham One, North Carolina-based Cree Incorporated.
Schrader had a nice release and a goal against Carolina.
He did.
In Minnesota. Devin Dubnyk, one thing people don't know about him is he actually got laser eye surgery this past off-season, which I don't think has been talked about enough. You know, it's almost like a goalie going in and thinking a rink's very bright. He sees the puck better. We all know that he has grabbed the NHL by storm, what he's done as a member of his team.
He was drafted in this building back in 04. Terry now played along. That was one of the early shining moments for the franchise on a rainy day in June. A wonderful day here for the NHL draft. Now Belmore. Played along by Patrick Dwyer. First overall pick, Alexander Ovechkin. Out to center ice, who did not play last night for Washington in that 2-1 loss by the Caps. Now they go D to D. Ron Hainsey in control. Out to center ice. Moved along by Carolina's Jay McClement. Devin Dubnyk to the corner. Minnesota gets to it. Mikko Koivu elevates the puck. It goes over the head of Carolina's Jack Hillen, the newcomer, back to play it.
Jack Hillen actually was a partner of a defenseman on the Minnesota side, Nate Prosser, in college at Colorado College.
Eric Stahl, Jordan Stahl, it goes high, a headhunter on Devin Dubnyk. Nestrashil, Justin Falk. A wrister knocked down in the slot by Eric Stahl. Granlund tries to clear. Parisi can't. Held in by Falk. Brought out now by Jason Pominville, who's rubbed out by Falk, and it comes back.
Good hit from Falk. You know, nice tight gap. He's become the most physical he has, I think, as a Hurricane since he played in the All-Star game in Columbus.
40 points. That leads Carolina. He's playing great in all facets. Jordan Stahl turned out with a purpose by Devin Dubnyk. Along the boards now, Mikhail Granlund back out. Lyles in control, backpedaling, and a penalty is called in back of the play. We'll tell you about it when we come back. 2:39 left to go in the first period. Eric Stahl will take a seat. The reason? We find out after this. Captain sits this time for boarding.
Yeah, it's going to be Mikhail Granlund who draws the call. Watch the left side of your screen. Eric had time to ease up. And so Eric will go for boarding, and Minnesota will get their second power play of the night. Bill Peters actually worked with his centerman at the end of the morning skate today on winning draws on their forehand side. That's exactly what McClement has to do here on Koivu.
Carolina number 6 in terms of Face-off prowess as we start play tonight. Ron Hainsey at the point. Minnesota's Jason Pominville. Zach Parise, who's been hot, drops it off. Koivu in a battle with Patrick Dwyer. Flung out of the zone by Ron Hainsey. That will kill time early as we approach the 18-minute mark here in period one. The shots are 8 for Minnesota, 5 taken by Carolina. Charlie Coyle has the goal. At the line, Chris Stewart recoiling for Minnesota. Feeds it across for Zach Parise. He'll dump it in. Hard around it goes for Ron Hainsey, but the play is whistled dead offside at the Carolina line. Let's take a look at our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. First installment tonight for Steve Smith, who runs the penalty killing for the Hurricanes. You see Carolina at number 1, Minnesota right in back of them.
And that's why it's one of our game keys tonight when you look at those two teams excelling in the shorthanded dimension. Justin Falk just had a heck of a play standing up at his own blue line. Falk starting now these kills with Hainsey, of course, for the majority of the season. That was Hainsey and Tim Gleason.
Nathan Gerbe, Riley Nash, Justin Falk, and Ron Hainsey, quartet of killers right now for the Hurricanes as Gerbe gets to it. He'll hustle in. He will hurry Mikael Granlund. Granlund protecting the puck in support of him. It's Matt Dumba, and away they go. Dumba, great skater, over the line, moves up. Held up on the way through by John Michael Lyles. Charlie Coyle hits an open man. Nino Niederreiter, high slot Dumba, back it goes. Brodin, he'll dust it off. This way for Mikael Granlund. Granlund, back to the slot it goes. Turning with it, Niederreiter. He's pinned along the boards by Lyles. Granlund takes over one more time. Mikael Granlund grinding along. Coyle turns. Off sticks, it goes astray past Dumba, who keeps it deep. Lyles for Brett Belmore, and Carolina will get it out.
Boy, the forwards and the defensemen working dependently on one another, not independently. You saw it on that one entry that failed because of it, and then Riley Nash coming down with a good stick to help the defense.
Jason Pominville, wide open, Chris Stewart. He'll hold, center one, it goes astray. Parise jammed up with Justin Falk. Ryan Suter, this way for Jason Pominville. Inside, turned along by Mikko Koivu, left there by Parise. Hitting a hole, Chris Stewart. 40 seconds left in the period. Stewart negated by Hainsey and Dwyer, and Carolina will kill time.
Stewart so often, whether it be in Colorado, St. Louis, Buffalo, leaves you wanting more.
Chris Stewart alone, just wide, forced wide by Hudobin, and also getting back John Michael Lyles. And play comes to a halt.
And to finish my statement, oftentimes he leaves you wanting more, but he has been good in this first period. You know, he is a big man that can distribute the puck. Yeah, he can shoot it when he elects to. He has good speed. And here, Anton Hudobin, I don't think he'll get credit for a save, but it was the patience that was the virtuous part. But that man, Chris Stewart, seems to be invigorated coming from the Sabres to a wild team that's chasing the playoffs.
And they acquired Chris Stewart for a second-round pick in 2017. And he was rumored to go to a number of clubs. They said Boston was hot after him there for a while, but he ended up here in Minnesota. A nice compliment for the Wild here right now in a playoff spot. 20 seconds left to go in period one. Eric Staal out of the box. Gets room. His shot tipped high. It stays in play. Nestrashil out of the corner, working Ryan Suter. Andre Nestrashil, good pass. Rissanen holding onto it. Rasmus Rissanen now goes deep. Here's Eric Staal. Nobody home out in front. Broken up by Jonas Brodin, and the Wild get it out. The horn sounds. That will signify the end of period one. Rasmus Rissanen will be Tripp's guest. After period one of his first NHL game, we have the PNC Bank first intermission. That comes your way next. Minnesota 1 and Carolina no score right here on Sports South. Back in Raleigh as we get set for the second period. Minnesota 1, Carolina no score. Let's take a look at the first period numbers brought to you by Buffalo Brothers. Aw, man, now I want wings.
Talk about a team playing a pretty good team and stingy team game. Minnesota Wild, having played last night, gave up just 5 shots to the Carolina Hurricanes. That's pretty impressive.
It is, and the way they skated in the period, very impressive. There's the goal scorer, Charlie Coyle, who finished off the play set up by Nino Niederreiter and Mikael Granlund. As we start the second period with a new look for the Hurricanes. Victor Rask, Andre Nestrashil, and Nathan Gerbe.
Yeah, so putting Nestorshil with the Stalls was short-lived. I mean, this line has been their best line, in the last several games. The point streaks that Gerby and Nestorshil are enjoying validate that.
On defense, we have Ron Hainsey and Brett Belmore. Through the middle, it's Mikko Koivu. Niederreiter holding onto it. Far side, Jonas Brodin. He'll snap it along. Koivu in back of the goal, defended by Belmore. They jockey along the boards. Niederreiter to the outside, shielded by Nathan Gerby, and back out to center ice.
Well, Bill Peters must have really not liked the chemistry of Nestorshil with the Stalls, because he did say this morning he was planning on using that combination for both games tonight in the Edmonton Oilers.
Nathan Gerby crossing the line, broken up by Jonas Brodin, and backpedaling here is Belmore. Nestorshil from the wall gets it deep, but the play is whistled dead, offside.
Well, for Nestorshil, as we've mentioned, he's been so versatile. He's played left wing, he's played center. As a right shot, he's played as offside. If I had to guess right now, he's going to be a right winger playing as offside. And I like what he said in our interview before the game. He takes care of his own end first, and he gets rewarded offensively. And that mindset, is the type of philosophy that will, benefit any young player. And he's one of 3+ players on the Hurricanes roster for the season.
John Porcelain, Trip Tracy, Chantel McCabe at ice level, along with our fine crew. The first game of a 5-game homestand for the Hurricanes. We'll go back to Fox Sports Carolinas on Sunday afternoon. Canes and Oilers starting with Hurricanes live at 2:30. Icing is called here against Minnesota.
Well, let's take a look at the 3 big bodies, together in the first period. Here, they just didn't create enough speed. And whether you can create the speed without having to dump the puck in, or if you have to chip and chase. They are playing against Ryan Suter and Jonas Brodin. That's a tough assignment, but when Brodin and Suter played the night before, you still have to think that you can have an impact with that matchup.
Stahl brothers along with Elias Lindholm, the troika up front now for Bill Peters. It comes all the way back in. A good look at Jack Hillen. His 3rd game as a Hurricane out of the corner now. Minnesota attempts a cycle. Mikhail Granlund rejected. Played along the boards, but not out by Falk. A shot tipped high by Jack Hillen off the stick of Nate Prosser. Eric Stahl, top of your screen, out to center, encumbering Jordan Stahl, and it comes all the way back. Jonas Brodin flushed out by Jordan. An excellent skater, a headman pass for Zach Parise. Carolina back the other way, but choked off by Brodin, and the Wild start over.
When you're the F1, the first forechecker like Jordan Stahl was there, you have 2 options. Either try to play through the body or take away his hands to cause the turnover.
Sean Bergenheim off the blocker of Anton Hudobin. John Michael Lyles on Bergenheim. Charlie Coyle looks for Bergenheim. Blocked by Lyles. Back it goes. Jordan Leopold. Jordan Schrader held up. Coyle on the forecheck. And getting loose from him was Riley Nash, and back out. Here's John Michael Lyles, who feeds it in. Off a couple of glass supports. Alex Semin. Checked by Jordan Leopold. Christian Folin gets to it, the young Swede, elevating the puck. Out to center. Belmore hacking at it. Coyle gets after it for Minnesota. Charlie Coyle has the game's only goal. Looks for Jordan Schrader, and it's dumped out by Brett Belmore. Held in by the Wild. Belmore gets a second crack. Jordan Leopold down the wall. Out of the 4-man scrum, just about 3 minutes gone of the second period. Sean Bergenheim off a stick, and getting to it here is Ron Hainsey. He'll send it back. Along the boards, Belmore for Carolina. Pressure along the wall. They're hemmed in again. The Hurricanes had a tough time with this in period 1. Belmore, as Eric Howla lost his stick, and it comes all the way back. It triggers through center ice. Fed along by Howla, broken up. Carolina now plays it from the wall. McClement for Patrick Dwyer. Out in front, Chris Terry. Now McClement comes calling. To the outside, he'll circle. Lay it back to the point. Hillen this way, Justin Falk. His shot tipped high, and it goes out of play. The Carolina Ale House is the spot for cool bars on the road. The next one in Concord on March 31st. Log on to CarolinaHurricanes.com for more details.
Okay, the F1 is the first man on the forecheck. Here it's Jordan Stahl. You have 2 options. Play through the body, cause a turnover, or play the hands and cause a turnover. Well, Jonas Brodin prevents either of those things from happening because with his tremendous skating ability, he skates himself out of trouble.
Victor Rask will face off here against Mikko Koivu. Off the draw, Nestorshil back again for Falk, going wide. Shot taken by Jack Hillen, blocked by Chris Stewart. He'll sail it out. Hillen off the stick of Rask. Nestrashil coming all the way back in.
This is a heck of an opportunity for Jack Hillen. You got a lefty and Hillen on the left side. Of course, Falk the righty. And Bill Peters said a lot of players would get a chance on this top shutdown pairing in the last month and change.
Matthew Dumba flushed out by Victor Rask. Chris Stewart, top of your screen, this way now. Sean Bergenheim. Bergenheim goes wide, stopped and covered by Hudobin.
He scored a rather big goal, Nino Niederreiter, in overtime of Game 7 of just a terrific playoff series. And the next opponent will be the team that Niederreiter beat, Semyon Varlamov in the nets, the Colorado Avalanche on Sunday. First-round draft pick of the New York Islanders, and he has found a home with the Minnesota Wild. Chuck Fletcher should be credited. He's been a nice acquisition.
But maybe Chuck's best find has been this goaltender. Boy, not a lot was made at the time when they acquired Devan Dubnyk, but he has been one of the best stories in the National Hockey League. Eric Staal, his brother Jordan, back out to center ice. In control, you're looking at Ryan Suter. Broken up just inside the line by Justin Falk and all the way back out.
Yeah, and Chuck did his homework, because remember when we were in Arizona and Dave Tippett, the Coyotes coach, said Dubnyk had been playing very well as a backup to Mike Smith. He'd been playing better than Smith. And so, you would know that Dubnyk was on top of his game.
Carolina offside again. Inadvertent high stick by Eric Staal on Zach Parise on the way through, but nothing will come from that. 15:34 left in the second period.
And his head coach Mike Yeo told us this morning that the biggest reason he went with Dubnyk in a back-to-back here is because they haven't practiced at all, and they are going to have a mandatory day off tomorrow and then play Colorado on Sunday. So if he doesn't play him tonight and then plays him against Colorado, then you're looking at today just maybe a skate, no practice tomorrow, so he'd be rusty for the Avalanche game.
Right. Darcy Kemper is the backup tonight, and they alternate backup goaltenders. They are carrying 3. Nick Backstrom was the backup goaltender last night in Washington. Skinner, Rissanen with a shot blocked by Charlie Coyle, kicked out with a purpose by Devan Dubnyk as it trickled through.
Boy, that would have been something for Rissanen, looking for his first NHL goal.
Sean Bergenheim from well out, wide of Hudobin. Rissanen gets to it. Takes a hit to make a play. Riley Nash from his knees sets up John Michael Lyles, and away they go. This way, it's carried in by Jeff Skinner. The late man cruising, a behind-the-back pass sets up Elias Lindholm for a shot, stopped by Devan Dubnyk. And I'll check that it was Alex Semin as it ricochets out of play.
Just get pucks to the net, and you might have a screen. It's Jordan Leopold, actually, that really impedes it. If Dubnyk was a smaller goaltender, he might have not found this puck. And Rissanen, not known for his offense. Does Semin get a piece of that?
I think he did.
Yeah, it would have been Semin's goal, not Rissanen, but a good chance nonetheless.
Off the face-off in control, Ron Hainsey to the corner. Lindholm now, right on the target, turned out by Dubnyk. Belmore a pinch, Jordan Staal from the corner. Moves it by Eric. Getting to it is Matt Dumba. He'll turn, wrist it along. Glove down by Elias Lindholm. He'll send it back for Brett Belmore. They reorganize. Just about 6 minutes gone in the second period. Brett Belmore coming all the way back. Forechecked by Kyle Brodziak. Hainsey deep in his own zone for Carolina. Eric Staal now will turn it back in. A slow developing breakout for the Hurricanes. Eric Staal. Out to the line for Jordan. Now Belmore moving up. Good positioning by Minnesota. Swept along by Ryan Suter. And the Hurricanes have another crack at it.
Boy, his skating ability is so good there, Suter, just to make that play with his stick.
Jordan Staal in the Minnesota zone. Lindholm tied up. Good play by Ryan Suter. It pops right out in front. Nothing doing for the Hurricanes, and out they come. Justin Fontaine cuts, holds onto it. Out in front, wide of Hudobin. Loose this way. Eric Staal underneath it and out. Now Jay McClement. McClement slams it deep in the zone. A delayed penalty upcoming here. As it's touched up by Minnesota, Carolina will go to the power play when we come back. 13:29 left to go in the second period. A close call. Devin Dubnyk looking around off the shelf right out in front. In 30 days now through April 4 as an incentive-based program that rewards fans who renew or purchase 15-16 season tickets. Prizes include a trip with the team, autographed jerseys, sticks, a trip to the 2015 NHL Draft, and lunch with Ron Francis. The earlier you renew or purchase tickets, the more prizes you are eligible to win. Visit CarolinaHurricanes.com/tickets for more information. Erik Haula in the box. Carolina, their first power play. Riley Nash in control. They'll turn it along. Minnesota, like the Hurricanes, outstanding on the kill. They are number 2 in back of Carolina, number 6 on the road. Take a look at the Duke Energy power play numbers. Carolina spiking, tied for number 11 overall with the power play. That is 4 out of 16 in the last 5. Now a handoff by Alex Semin, getting it back from Riley Nash. Semin high slot. Skinner stopped by Dubnyk a couple of times. The rebound for Jordan Staal. Now Jeff Skinner from the board sets it up. High slot, a give back by Nash. Skinner again. Goes downstairs with it. Jordan Staal, Jeff Skinner. Simmons at the point, diagonally across. Lyles a shot stopped by Dubnyk. Out of the corner, Dumba goes to work on Jordan Staal. It ricochets around. Carolina attempting to win the battle. They do. Skinner defended beautifully by Justin Fontaine, who clears it out.
Heck of a look from Semin to Skinner. And Semin has found Skinner for some pretty good looks in the last few weeks.
Alex Semin on the gallop. He'll wind it up. Semin in control. Throws on the brakes. Skinner with a shot off the goalpost. Minnesota dodges that one. Zach Parise back the other way. His shot hung on to by Anton Khudobin.
2 outstanding chances for Jeff Skinner.
Should the Canes score in the power play tonight, Caniacs who say the winning phrase receive a free Bowberry biscuit from Bojangles. That's tomorrow morning. Bojangles, it's Bo time.
Both of Jeff's chances came from the slot area. Here's the first one from Semin. Dubnyk just used his size. And here, see how low that crouch is. Skinner, because of the blocking wild player, goes up high and goes off the bar. Grade A caliber, both bids. I mean, you just can't complain about those types of chances. I mean, they're everything you want and then some. Skinner's release looked very confident. Any goaltender will tell you that reading his shot is a huge challenge because it's so deceptive.
Carolina down to that much time in the power play, off the draw. Justin Falk in control. He'll lug it out. The South St. Paul, Minnesota native drops it off. Lindholm gains entry. Elias Lindholm working Suter. Holding onto it off the stick of Jonas Brodin. Kyle Brodziak got to it. That'll kill more time.
Well, everything was good there for Lindholm. You know, with his composure, skating ability, because of the way Minnesota was stacking up the line, and then he just couldn't make the pass you needed to establish control.
Haula out of the box. Dubnyk says no. He hangs on to that easy chance from Eric Staal. We get a stoppage.
Do you see how set he is? I mean, he's 6'6". You know, he almost looks like a figurine back there, Devin Dubnyk. He really does, and I mean that in the most complimentary sense. And I mentioned earlier, Sean Burke, a former Hurricane, when he was coaching him in Arizona, brought him into the office and said, Devin, you're moving on too many of these shots. The battle for a goalie is to get set with good pushes, so then you can just focus on locating the puck, and he's doing it beautifully.
Canes had 2 shots in the power play. The shot that hit the pipe doesn't count. Going down, Jack Hillen. Forged along the wall, Christian Folin gets to it. Zach Parise back out, picked off by Carolina's Jack Hillen. Stolen momentarily by Jason Pominville. Patrick Dwyer now sets up Brett Belmore. 9 minutes gone in the second period. John Tripp and Chantel with you as always. We're back here. And back to Fox Sports Carolinas on Sunday afternoon. Canes and Oilers. For their only appearance here in Raleigh, Jordan Leopold. Shot taken by Pominville. Stopped by Khudobin. Parise takes a hit from Chris Terry. Carolina escapes harm, and here they come. Terry drops it off to Pat Dwyer. From well out, blocked on the way through by Christian Folin. Along the boards, Jordan Leopold pickpocketed momentarily, getting to it. Jason Pominville. Leopold from the corner, pressured by Terry. Off the stick, good play by Mikhail Granlund on the back check. Nestrasha with a shot, pinballing off Dubnyk, and it goes out of play.
Good low play by Zach Parise, centerman, Mikhail Granlund. Well, you know, you look at, I say January 7th because that's when his father, JP, died. courageous fight with cancer. And look at what Zach has done, as I'm sure he is experiencing indescribable grief. And he's finding a way to lead this hockey club. The other leader on this team, Ryan Suter, lost his father, Bob, part of the 1980 gold medal Olympic team in Lake Placid right before the season. And wow, to think about what they're doing having lost their fathers is incredibly impressive.
It is impressive. Not easy, of course, and some would say maybe therapeutic to play, but that's easier said than done unless you've gone through it. Now it's played here, just inside the line. Nestrashil holding onto it, wiped ahead, and controlled by Nate Prosser. He'll move it along. Matthew Dumba out of the corner. They reverse it. 9:55 left in the second period. Bergenheim across now for Dumba. And away he goes over the line. He'll swoop in. Drop past Jordan Schrader wide of Anton Hudobin. This way it's Nate Prosser. Along the boards, circled out by Bergenheim. Stolen by Carolina's Nestrashil, but held in. Jordan Schrader. Sean Bergenheim hammers one off Hudobin off the side of the goal. He'll cover up. 9:33 left to go in the second period, a one-goal game, and it stands up that way, favoring Minnesota.
Back in the second, it's 1-0 Wild. Devan Dubnyk making his 23rd straight start for the Wild. What a season he's had with them. In the span of one calendar year, he's now been with 5 organizations, and that's not easy or necessarily very fun. His firstborn is 19-month-old Nathaniel, who had to go 10 straight weeks without seeing his dad. Devan missed many of the baby's first with a constant change of teams. But now, what's made him play so well? He said a new mindset of focusing more on enjoying every second of the game has done wonders. He reconnected with his Pee Wee coach, who reminded him of this, the perspective of seeing how quickly things can be taken from you, no matter how fortunate you are. A good reminder for anyone in any position, guys.
Great advice, no doubt. Here's Alex Semin now, moving up. It's loose, and Dubnyk on cue. Makes a fine save off Riley Nash.
I'm just going to jump into the mechanics of it. I mean, with what Semin does here, after we look at some of his earlier saves, and it really ties into what I was just going to say. I mean, less is more. Look at how, there's no unneeded motion. None. And oftentimes, especially for a big body, you create holes like he could have here. Just watch his body language. You see how little movement there was there? Sean Burke, again, got him to play deeper because he is 6'6". And because of that, even with Semin making an atypical spinorama-type move to Riley Nash, Dubnyk barely moved, therefore he was completely square and vertical for a good chance. Now, if he was the size of Anton Hudobin, could he play as deep as he is? No. But he is 6'6" for a reason, but he only utilizes it, if he does not move more than he has to.
Riley Nash will center this line combination with Jeff Skinner and Alex Semin. Skinner dancing, fought off by Dubnyk. Getting to it is Ryan Suter, back out for Chris Stewart. And away they go. Stewart over the line, blocked by Ron Hainsey. Stewart pursues a loose puck. That's still loose. Niederreiter goes deep along the dasher. Stewart in back of the goal. His brother Anthony, a former Hurricane. Now Niederreiter back again to the point. Jonas Brodin. Niederreiter off bodies astray. A pinch. Ryan Suter, a steal. Alexander Semin. A pass. Skinner, who's in. Working Brodin. No friends to pass to. Carolina in the process of a change. Good work as it's held in by Jordan Staal. Hulk holding. Shooting one. Off the blocker of Dubnyk. Eric Staal. Blocked by Ryan Suter. Jonas Brodin will settle it down.
Semin's had about 2 or 3 good looks to Skinner this period. I mean, you go back to the nice feed that Alex made to Jeff to score a goal against Philadelphia recently in this building. I mean, they have chemistry. And this was a heck of a play up the ice that Semin made to Skinner. Jonas Brodin made a very nice defensive play. And then the follow-up was Justin Falk with a clean look. See, that's where you need to be able to, especially against a hot goaltender, you need that net front presence, even for a guy that blasts the puck like Justin Falk does.
Stalls with Elias Lindholm for Carolina, Brodziak, Haula, and Fontaine for Minnesota. So, top line versus the fourth combination in this scenario. Carolina with their top line on the ice. Now, Dumba. A lead pass off the stick of Justin Fontaine. It comes back. Rasmus Rissanen in control. The young man in his first NHL game. It comes all the way back down. Icing will be called here against Carolina.
And let's see if Mike Yeo sticks with his fourth line for an offensive zone draw. And Kyle Brodziak is an odds-on favorite to win this face-off, especially being a righty on this side. So he's going to stick with him. Try to win it to dump on the point.
Says something about the way they've been
Sure
playing.
it does.
Yep. Out to center now. Eric Stahl. Fended off. That was Dumba at the line. Here they come in the transition. Justin Fontaine will scoop it ahead. You see it from ice level. Rissanen is back, getting help from Lyles. Held in by Brodziak. Centering pass in the skates of Fontaine. Back to the house was Jordan Stahl. And away they go. Elevated pass comes back to Matt Dumba. Away from Eric Stahl. Jordan now sends it back for Rissanen, and they start over.
I mentioned Jason Zucker earlier in the game, getting close to returning. How about Matt Cook? I mean, some tough decisions are going to be made with this forward group. Thomas Vanek not playing. The type of decisions Mike Yeo wants to have to make.
Sports hernia for Matt Cook, and the clavicle situation for Zucker. Now in the center zone, controlled, flung out here by Dumba, who took a hit. Loose in neutral ice. Jack Hillen has stopped by Mikhail Granlund. This gives Minnesota a chance to break out.
We talked about Granlund in the open. He's a big-time plus player coming into this game. At plus 13, you can see why. He is a very good defensive center. Most Finns are.
Jack Hillen had it, lost at Granlund on the forecheck. Zach Parise is there too. They battle in pack of Anton Hudobin with Hillen and McClement, and support from Justin Falk. Chris Terry at the top of your screen chips it by Christian Folan. It's a foot race. Jordan Leopold pressured by Patrick Dwyer. Minnesota will circle back. Granlund, good pass, a spring pass for Jason Pominville, who's hugged on the way through by Ron Hainsey. Heading to it is Brett Belmore. They start again.
Another good defensive play from Granlund. By the way, he came back from a wrist injury right about the same time that Devin Dubnyk was acquired and the Wild's fortunes took off. So I don't think that's a simple coincidence that Granlund got healthy right around the beginning of this stretch.
Charlie Coyle, lead pass now for Sean Bergenheim. Coyle has the game's only goal. On a cycle, inside it goes Jordan Schrader. Coyle out in front. He'll circle the wagons, hold on to it, looking for Schrader. Blocked. Second chance. Blocked again. Coyle had it. Coyle gets after it a third time. Charlie Coyle tied up by Victor Rask. Jordan Schrader hands it off. Here they come again on a cycle. They grind it up top of the person of Sean Bergenheim. He'll cut. It's blocked by Victor Rask, and Carolina survives as they get it out. They angle it in and by Dubnyk. This is icing.
Will Bill Peters call his timeout right here? Some tired bodies. Or is he going to lean on Victor Rask to win this draw? I thought this was a nice job for Carolina of bending but not breaking with their D-zone coverage. Some key blocks. I think they sorted things out pretty well. You didn't see two red jerseys going to the same guy. Boy, they're gonna roll the dice here. This is a big-time draw for Rask.
Off the face-off. Minnesota controls. Wide of Hudobin. Shot taken by Brodin. Played along and out by Andre Nestrashil. At the line, Carolina's Victor Rask, and he'll go deep. And finally, they get the change. Jonas Brodin a quick up. Chris Stewart is onside. He'll pull up on Justin Falk. He'll lay it along, and it's played here in deep and fed there by Nino Niederreiter. Stopping and starting Mikko Koivu. Koivu sets up Ryan Suter. Suter addresses it. Holds onto it off a stick defended by Hudobin. Niederreiter out of the corner. The former first-round pick of the New York Islanders, Chris Stewart, ahead of Semin. Centering pass, fanned on by Brodin because of the stick of the guy who has the puck. Jeff Skinner with Riley Nash. Here's Nash. He scores! What a play on a 2-on-1. Riley Nash set up by Jeff Skinner. We're tied.
Let's watch Skinner and the play he makes with his stick. And then watch the undressing of Ryan Suter. Remember Suter in the first period aggressively playing a 2-on-1 on Eric Stahl? Skinner's a smart hockey player. He may have gone to school on that. See him open up and see Riley Nash. He felt the pressure coming from Suter. Was able to execute that nice feed to Riley. And the beautiful finish from Nash to tie the game.
Riley Nash's 8th goal this season, his first goal in 18 games. Much needed for number 20, now in control. Kyle Brodziak diagonally across. Matt Dumba, his pass blocked, broken up by Eric Stahl. Played in the center zone now by Stahl again. Eric's pass for Jordan. Jordan Stahl sends it across. Great save. Dubnyk off Lindholm. Elias Lindholm. Eric Stahl out of the corner, given a shove by Kyle Brodziak. Elias Lindholm going hard at Nate Prosser. 16 minutes gone in the second period. A new game. Along the boards now, Eric Stahl diligent on Brodziak out of the four-man scrum. It pops along. Lindholm turns away from Brodziak. Jordan shot, hung on to, loose as Dubnyk lost it. Eric Haula coming all the way back in his own zone. And away go Minnesota. Heavy hit. Elias Lindholm on Eric Haula.
That's the type of heavy game the Hurricanes are looking for from the 20-year-old Lindholm. Beautiful release earlier in the shift, playing with an edge. And Skinner, for me, you look at all the chances he's had in this period. I mean, Devin Dubnyk is the reason this thing is at 1-1. The Hurricanes have had a terrific middle stanza.
Certainly have. The Hurricanes with 14 shots looking for more. Terry holding, shooting one. Stopped by Dubnyk. Played here by Christian Folin away from the peppering Jay McClement. In the center zone, here come the Wild. Zach Parise will feed it in. Around the boards it goes. Chris Terry, top of your screen, under 3 minutes left in the second period. Terry's pass unattainable for Patrick Dwyer. Christian Folin out to center ice. Carried in by Terry's double team. Pominville, along with Folin at the defense. It comes back in on Devin Dubnyk. First that time by Jordan Leopold. Christian Folin with his head up. Lead pass is chipped in by Jason Pominville.
Well, you look, Bill Peters shuffled his lines a bit before this period, shuffled his top defensive pairing, and I think it's paid dividends to spark his hockey club.
Out of the corner, Jack Hillen. Paired on defense with Justin Falk. Now Andre Nestrashil lays it along, handcuffing Hillen. Victor Rask will gather in. Dubnyk in the trapezoid. He'll wander out. He'll move it. Brodin had it. Lost it. Look out. In the skates of Nestrashil. Centered out of the corner. Now played here by Victor Rask. Off a body. Off Bergenheim. Held in by Belmore. Nestrashil in a battle with Charlie Coyle. It deflects. Look out. Belmore in desperation. Broken up. In support of him, Ron Hainsey. Hainsey with his head up. Nestrashil goes off in a change, gets it in. Ryan Suter peppered by Nathan Gerbe. Jonas Brodin. Charlie Coyle on the wall. Loose puck held in by Carolina. Brodin now sets up Ryan Suter, and out they go. Schrader behind Sean Bergenheim. It rolls in on an icing with 90 seconds left.
Well, you're going to want righty here taking this face-off. Riley Nash, who tied the game, is on the ice. I think he'll stay there. Let's watch and see where Semin, who's playing the right side, where he lines up. Is he going to be on the natural side? Mike Yeo, I think, is going to call his timeout. As Captain Mikko Koivu heads to the dressing room early. Let's take a look at Skinner. Three-zone play. This was a 200-foot, tying goal from Skinner. We'll have to talk to him about it between periods. There he catches Brodin. And here's where he opens up. I think he knows it's Ryan Suter. He sees Riley Nash. And I think, based on the intelligence that I know of Jeff Skinner, that Skinner remembered the aggressive way that Suter played Eric Stahl in that 2-on-1 in the first period. So he felt it coming and made that nifty feed.
Mike Yeo burning his timeout. Carolina still has theirs. Koivu went to the gate, got new gloves, and then went back to the Minnesota bench. 90 seconds left in the second period. Shots by period. Carolina responding in the second, as we see, and getting the goal from Riley Nash, which has tied it, and he's out there to take the face-off here.
Before the timeout, Semin was actually on the boards. This is an adjustment. See if Skinner, who rotates with Semin, if he comes in this area, if the Hurricanes win the draw.
Powered back by Charlie Coyle. Controlled at the D, but broken up by Skinner. Nash out in front. Now Hillen with a shot wide of Devin Dubnyk. Justin Falk lays it along. Skate to stick. Good play here. Alex Semin off the stick of Brodin. Moved along by Nash out of the corner. Skinner goes hard at Jonas Brodin. Semin, good pass for Falk. Around the clock, it's Hillen off a stick. Knocked down, control. Dancing. Look at this. Skinner stopped by Dubnyk. What a show put on by 53. Now at the line, Schrader forcing Hillen. Carolina transitions. You're looking at Riley Nash. Alex Semin. What a move. Semin controlling, though. Broken up by Jordan Schrader. Minnesota recoils. Forechecking. Jeff Skinner all over the ice. Mikko Koivu off the glass. Along the dasher, back out. And it's touched up offside.
Wait.
Guess what? We have to pay some bills. We have one more commercial break. We'll take it here. Riley Nash has tied the game. 36 and a fraction left. Think how old Jeff Skinner was when we go back in time here. Timeless moment brought to you by Coors Banquet. Ronnie Francis, you see the number 10. Well, we go all the way back to the Stanley Cup Final, Game 1, 2002. Ronnie scores on Dominik Hasek. 58 seconds into overtime. Carolina wins the first Stanley Cup Final game in franchise history.
That was something with Dominik Hasek. What I will tell you about Jeff Skinner is I remember a few years ago when he scored in the shootout to beat these Minnesota Wild in Helsinki, Finland. The Hurricanes were able to win both games in Finland against the Wild, and Skinner was playing his first 2 NHL games.
That was his first NHL goal, but then again it wasn't, if that makes any sense, because it was in the old shootout. So it didn't happen until later on in Los Angeles, but that was his first goal. Any way you look at it.
Well, I mean, because I often tell this story because the team went from Russia to play an exhibition game and then Finland. Then I think we went to Ottawa, Vancouver, San Jose, headed to LA where he got his first NHL goal. And we were on a bus from Oakland Airport, I think, to San Jose.
Yeah.
He'd never been home, and you looked at me with the sideburns and you said, this kid is just going to tell his parents all he's on is, planes and highways late at night. This is the NHL. He was just a teenager. He went on to be an all-star and win Rookie of the Year.
Quite a journey, quite a season. Hillen with a shot at ricochets wide on a tip. And that will end an outstanding second period. For the Carolina Hurricanes, Jeff Skinner had the assist on the goal by Riley Nash. He will be Tripp's guest. The PNC Bank's second intermission, a refreshment for Devan Dubnyk under siege in the second period. Charlie Coyle gets the goal in period 1. Riley Nash answers for Carolina in the second period. 40 down in Raleigh. Minnesota 1, Carolina 1 on Sports South. We're back inside the Kane locker room. How's this for access? You see Anton Hudobin on the right getting ready. The goaltenders, some of them take just about everything off and they get ready for the period. We're ready. Before we do, let's get down to Chantel McCabe with Kane's goaltending coach, David Marcoux.
Coach, it's a tied game right now. Devan Dubnyk's been playing out of his mind since joining the Wild. How are you going to beat all 6'6" of this guy?
Yeah, he is a big target for sure. I mean, the save percentage is what it is. He's a .927 save percentage. You shoot pucks, you go there, and you hope and go for rebounds for sure. I mean, if there's one thing you can take advantage of, the rebounds are there close to the crease, so we need to get there and just dig in. This is a tired team that played last night, so we're hoping that they will die down here and we'll have some energy out of it.
Good insight, thanks.
Well, I think about the mental wear and tear. First, Dubnyk is the reason this game is 1-1 because of his economy of motion. But to have to focus on 6 periods for 2 nights, you think about the physical toll it takes, but mentally it can be exhausting. So let's see if the Hurricanes can assert their rest and their home ice advantage after Nash tied it in the second here in the third.
He looked at 25 shots last night, 21 through 40 here. John Forslund, Tripp Tracy, Chantel McCabe at ice level, our great crew. We're here at PNC Arena. We will be with you again as we swing over to Fox Sports Carolinas on Sunday afternoon. Edmonton is here. It starts with Hurricanes Live at 2:30.
John, I have a somewhat meaningless fact for you. I'm looking at the individual statistics between periods with Tim Gleason now in Washington. The Hurricanes don't have a single player dressed tonight with a number on the back of his sweater that's a single-digit number. The lowest numerical number is Jordan Staal at 11.
Okay.
I don't remember that ever happening. I mean, you have some Glenn Wesley retired.
Yep.
Gordie Howe, nobody's worn 9 since he was a Hartford Whaler. Of course, Steve Chason, nobody has worn 3. But there are some other numbers that no single-digit numbers for the Hurricanes tonight.
Well, 7 was activated, but not in the lineup. So Ryan Murphy could play, I guess, on Sunday afternoon. He's ready.
Yeah. And, of course, Charlie Coyle, who's a forward that wears a defenseman's number, wearing number 3 as the only goal for Minnesota. Just a little tangent, but I thought some might find it interesting.
I did for a bit. Now Parise holding on to it. I'm glad it's over. Back out to center ice. Dumba now in control through the middle. Pominville will go deep. It's Justin Falk's corner as you see it. He's pressured by Pominville. It kicks around. Jason Pominville out in front. Hudobin recovers. A dandy on Zach Parise.
A breakdown in coverage for Carolina just over a minute into this third period, and Zach Parise was in front of the net. Unfortunately for him, gets underneath this puck. Excellent work down low from Granlund and Pominville. And he swiped at it on fresh ice, and that puck knuckled in. Zach Parise actually came over this morning. I talked to him for a while. He was throwing the baseball around. That's what he was doing to loosen up, and he's a big Twins fan. He told me Joe Mauer's his favorite baseball player, but that's what he did this morning. A lot of teams would not have come over, after playing last night, but the entire Wild crew was here. They didn't skate, but they were all doing something to get a little bit of a workout.
Jordan Staal now for Eric. Eric along the boards. Elias Lindholm on this line out in front. Defended that time by Charlie Coyle. Lindholm had his stick tied up by Coyle. Bergenheim springs Jordan Schrader. Moving up and pinned hard by Rasmus Rissanen as it comes all the way back in.
Boy, he hits hard, doesn't he? Yeah, you can hear that finish up here on Schrader.
And he makes good decisions, it appears, too. He's aggressive at the right time, gapping up and making that hit.
Well, one of those aforementioned single-digit numbers that will never be worn again. Glenn Wesley heading defensive development. He likes Rissanen. He really does.
He has really been in his corner for a long time. And it's good to see the payoff right now. Justin Falk. Center zone, shot in by Erik Haula. In control, Falk back in his own zone early in this third period. Deadlocked at 1. Alexander Semin. Little toe drag and a nice move by Riley Nash, who gets it deep. Christian Folin is on the puck here for Minnesota. He'll float it out. Fielded by Jack Hillen. They go D to D. Falk in control. This way it's Nash. He has Carolina's goal. He'll feed it in.
Glenn Wesley's partner when Carolina won the Cup was the player that Rissanen is being compared to. If he could develop into an NHLer, Nick Wallin. That was a fine pairing. Wesley and Wallin on the back end.
And a secret weapon will be here for the alumni game on March 22nd. That's going to be great. Now it's broken up here by Chris Stewart. Brodin sends it back. Minnesota recoiling. 3 minutes gone, period 3. Koivu. Chris Stewart. Here it comes. Stopped by Hudobin. He spits out a rebound. Minnesota gets after it. Carolina, as we see it, control. Ron Hainsey back out.
I like Stewart. He hasn't had a practice since he was traded from Buffalo because of the busy schedule. He'll play again Sunday against Colorado. No practice tomorrow, so he'll play 4 games without a single practice with his new team.
We won't have to call the union about that. Now along the boards, Nestrashil goes deep. Broken up here by Mikko Koivu, and they'll feed it around. Justin Falk in control, fended off by Devin Dubnyk. As the Wild get to it, top of your screen, Niederreiter, and chugging in the zone is Chris Stewart. And closing him off was Jack Hillen. Ryan Suter sends it astray, and it careens out to center.
He might petition the union to never practice again.
That's my point. That's right. It's good work. It's great work if you can get it, and he has it. Now Pominville moving up. It goes deep. Justin Falk in control. Jay McClement now back out to center ice. 4 minutes gone in period 3. Carolina on the attack. Moved in by Chris Terry. Left there. Matt Dumba shifting around. Zach Parise, a long pass. Mikael Granlund. Here's Pominville in the zone out in front for Granlund. Tied up beautifully by John Michael Lyles. It's loose to the corner. Hunted down by Jason Pominville. He'll pass off for Granlund. Granlund delays. Pominville, they score! It may have gone off the Carolina defender out in front. The opportunity was there, and possibly it kicks off Chris Terry. And Minnesota takes back a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Granlund I thought was the key to this whole thing, and he's going to end up getting the bounce off of Terry as Terry follows his man to the net. Good net front presence from Zach Parise. Pominville goes to the net. Terry has to go with him, but Granlund had started the play in his own end with the help of Dumba, the 2 young players we talked about in our open. And if there was ever a sequence that Mikael Granlund deserved that type of outcome, it was that one. Terry, it's too bad for him because he actually was doing a nice job down low, and it goes off of him in the net.
Granlund now has 5 points in his last 4 games. He has 2 points here tonight. He was the 9th overall pick in 2010 and has really come of age. And certainly having an outstanding second half. Now Eric Stahl moves it along. Shot taken from the flank, denied by Devin Dubnyk off the stick of John Michael Lyles. Tonight on Fox Sports Live, the Beasts of the East face off as the Cavs and the Hawks battle in Atlanta. NCAA sanctions hit Syracuse. What do they mean for Jim Boeheim and his legacy? And we have an exclusive one-on-one with Angels superstar Mike Trout.
I remember being on the plane when Tuomo Ruutu, a Finn, was a Hurricane, and he showed me the goal that Granlund scored at the World Championship. Highlight reel goal that became an absolute YouTube sensation. I mean, he is beyond a celebrity superstar in Finland, Mikael Granlund.
7th goal of the season from Jason Pominville. 4:22 is the time. 2-1 Minnesota. It comes out. Minnesota defeated Carolina February 14th at St. Paul. 6-3. This is the final meeting. This homestand will see Edmonton here on Sunday afternoon. Columbus is in on Tuesday night. This is a 5-gamer that starts here tonight. It's loose along the boards. Ron Hainsey back in his own zone, defended by Kyle Brodziak. Brodziak, Eric Haula holding onto it. He'll circle. Flushed out by Brett Belmore. Haula drops it off. Here's Brodziak with Fontaine out in front. To the point, Ryan Suter, a wrister caught by Anton Khudobin. And some pushing and shoving between Brett Belmore and Minnesota's Eric Haula.
Well, Haula is a Finn like Granlund. Let's look at Granlund and let's watch the complete nature of his game. Here he is. This is prior to the goal. Watch him come up the ice and drive the middle of the ice. By the way, Dumba, who is right above him, is going to join him as the defenseman jumping in. Creates time and space for Pominville. Wins that battle below the goal line. Eventually gets the puck again. Plays a little game of give and go with Pominville and catches the redirection off of Terry's skate. But there was so much for Mikael Granlund, who has improved his skating tremendously and went into that go-ahead goal.
14:31 left in this third period. Minnesota looking for their 36th win of the season. They're 18th on road ice. They are in the first wild card spot right now in the West. That changes daily. Here they come again. Niederreiter with Stewart. Stewart's alone. Khudobin said no. A dandy on Chris Stewart.
What a save, coming across and then having to reverse his momentum to make the save on a wisely placed shot by Stewart.
6 minutes gone in this third period. Jordan Leopold back in his own end. Calmly out to the center zone. They start. This is Christian Folin. A quick up. Little chip and chase. Granlund ahead of the icing line. It's Khudobin. They wheel. It's loose. A steal. Pominville stopped. Rebound. Scores! Zach Parise. Minnesota up by 2.
Tough turnover for the Hurricanes down low. It's going to be Ron Hainsey. He's got complete control here. You know, it just wasn't executed. A little bit of a soft play to Jordan Stahl. And you can see the swarming nature. Pominville, first shot. He had 2 third-period goals last night. They were both assisted by Zach Parise. And now Parise is able to give Minnesota its first 2-goal lead of the night. And what you have to say about Carolina is after the great second period, as soon as they gave up that first goal, they started making poor decisions. Minnesota right now, they don't change their game whether they're up or down. That's the difference between a good team and a team that is searching to find their identity.
Zach Parise has 26 goals. That leads Minnesota. Entered this game at a +12. And he has given them a 2-goal cushion set up by Jason Pominville, who's having an outstanding night. Pominville had 2 goals last night, 2 assists here tonight. 6:18 the time. They want more. Schrader broken up by Elias Lindholm. The Stahls out to center ice. Batted in by Eric, and they get a line change.
I mean, you look at the 2-on-1 save that Khudobin made on Stewart right after Granlund made a 2-1. You know, the Hurricanes stopped doing the things that they did to have that excellent second period. And that's what Minnesota did so nicely last night. They were down for the majority of the night,
right,
but they didn't change the way they played.
Now, there's been variance in the Carolina game tonight. First period, second period, great. Now this. Still time left, though, to rectify. 12:34 on the clock, out of the corner. It pops out, in control, Nate Prosser. Prosser tries to clear out of his own zone. He does. He's coming off a bout with food poisoning on Tuesday, which interrupted his game against Ottawa, and that was bad.
Yeah, he said he ate some bad chicken, and he, to his credit, played 7 shifts, I think, in the first period. Just couldn't continue there as the Wild found a way to win.
Now it's controlled. That was in shootout. Dumped out by Nino Niederreiter. It comes all the way back, and that was against the Hamburglar. Andrew Hammond, the Ottawa Senators, the biggest story in the league right now. Riley Nash to the outside of Christian Folin. It's loose. Brett Belmore turned out by Devin Dubnyk. And we have some Minnesota fans in the house tonight with that chant. Out of the corner, Skinner with a shot caught by Devin Dubnyk. 11:43 left to go in this third period. Bang, bang, a couple of goals. After this disturbance, we'll see the 2 goals in succession in which Minnesota has scored to take over the game. Mikhail Granlund, then Zach Parise, and total frustration by Anton Khudobin. We're back.
Back in the third, I'm with Maria, who is the mother of Rasmus Rissson, and he's playing in his very first NHL game. Such an exciting moment, all the hard work it took to get here. What were your emotions when you found out that he'd be playing tonight?
I was very happy, I think the whole family was very happy about, because we have waited this for so long time, and he had worked so hard during these years.
You came all the way from Finland. He told me one of the hardest parts of playing hockey in North America was adjusting to the language, but you had to give up a lot of sacrifices. What are some of the struggles you went through getting your son to the NHL?
I think that we have to just believe that Rasmus, when he decided to come to the United States to play, that we just believe that he can manage to be here and play ice hockey, because he came here at the age of 18, so he was quite young.
Such an exciting night. Enjoy the rest of it. Thanks for doing this.
Oh, thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chantel. Good job. A great, great moment for family anytime this happens. And to share that, John Michael Lyles had a great scoring chance off the shoulder of Devin Dubnyk.
Great ace save. I mean, again, using his size, and Lyles got, he got all of it. And I'm not a linguist, but Finnish and English are about as different of 2 languages as you're going to find. I mean, Swedes have a much easier time grasping the English language, and so for Maria and Rasmus to speak English as well as they do. I mean, there have been times we joke with the Joni Pitkinens and the Jussi Jokinens and the Tuomo Ruutus of the world that the Finns speak a language that's spoken on the moon.
And it's hard in the American Hockey League. Now, it's difficult at this level, but there's more support, more people around. And you know, there's some dark times in the American Hockey League.
Yeah, and he played in the West, too, which had to help. And to have a head coach like Craig Hartsburg, who we'll see assisting Todd Richards here on Tuesday night, the good defenseman that came out of that Everett program that Rasmus was part of.
So Western Hockey League, then the AHL. Now Falk with a shot. Turning, Skinner, off bodies, loose, hack and whack time. Folin. Christian Folin, a good job tying up Riley Nash.
The different routes to the NHL. Folin, by the way, played in the USHL, then the North American Junior Hockey League, and then chose what he told me this morning was a rejuvenated UMass Lowell hockey program, signed as a free agent out of there, and he's a Swede who played in Frölunda, fine Swedish program as a youth.
That's the school that also turned out Ron Hainsey. UMass Lowell comes back. Played here along the boards. Belmore, Andre Nestrashil back out. Nathan Gerbe, 9.5 left in this third period. As you see, the Canes down by a pair. A long stretch pass. Here's Nathan Gerbe. Cross corner dump in. Nate Prosser back first. Eric Haula fielded by Belmore. Inside it goes. Nestrashil out of the corner. He'll grind. He'll set up a man. It's Ron Hainsey off the wall. Out in front off sticks off Haula. In control at the point. Nestrashil this way. Hainsey. Here it comes off a stick. Cut off by Dubnyk. Victor Rask gets after it. Haula's on him. Loose along the boards. Eric Haula digging it out. A lead feed for Justin Fontaine. He'll paw it down. Away they go. Kyle Brodziak pulls up. Shoots one. Negated by Jack Hillen.
I just love the pace that Andre Nestrashil passes the puck with. I mean, he credits Chicoutimi in the Quebec Major League, and you can see it. I mean, there's a lot of velocity.
Ryan Suter. Eric Stahl with a shot easily absorbed by Devin Dubnyk. 8:36 left to go in regulation time. The Wild 3, the Hurricanes. Wally, nice look at the young man playing his first NHL game tonight, Rasmus Rissanen. Let's take a look at the teeth-rattling checks of the game presented by Dr. Tom Long, team dentist for the Hurricanes.
They've been heavy hits. You know, you can hear them up here. You know, it shows that he has to have the skating ability to finish, and then that one in particular earlier in this period. You know, so he's been physical. You know, he is a -2, but I don't point to any mistakes he's made on the 2 goals that he's been on for.
Justin Falk now will cushion it down low. Been a quiet night for the Stahl brothers. They've had a couple of wingers tonight on the line. They started with Andre Nestrashil. It appears they will finish as they were set up in the second period with Elias Lindholm on the right wing. Loose to the corner. Lindholm now in control, holding on to it. Defended by Ryan Suter. Dug out by Eric, looking for Jordan. Coming back as Chris Stewart. And away they go.
Yeah, and they were a game key with Nestrashil. Of course, that line was broken up after the first period, which led to, you know, really the best line of the night in the second period by a good distance was Skinner with Semin with Riley Nash in the middle.
Justin Falk now in control. Minnesota playing on back-to-back nights. Hurricanes haven't played since Monday as that one deflects out of play. Let's take a look at the Storm Tracker and update our game keys tonight.
Well, there haven't been a lot of power plays as the 2 top penalty kills are going against one another, but I'd have to go with boom and boom. Hurricanes did not start the game, you know, I think in a really assertive way against a team that played last night. Minnesota did in Washington, and the Stahls just are in a bit of a rut right now. They're playing with Lindholm, who's in a 20-year-old rut too, and they've got to try to find their way out of it.
Through center ice. Rissanen now sends it in. Patrick Dwyer ahead of Sean Bergenheim. Chris Terry back to the point. Rasmus Rissanen holding onto it. He'll dust it off. Get it deep. Hunted down by Dwyer. Top of your screen. Pat Dwyer sends it along on a cycle for Jay McClement. Charlie Coyle, who started the scoring, is all over him. Moving across Jordan Leopold. Handcuffing Bergenheim not out. Coyle now retreats. 7:09 left in this third period. A penalty will be called here. It goes against Minnesota. Khudobin hesitates. Now he's on his way with 6:58 left in this third period.
By the way, that was a young player, say like Lindholm, who's now playing center, that gets that puck out. He's got a bigger body. That led to the high stick that Minnesota is going to take.
Carolina now a long pass intended for Jeff Skinner comes back. Icing is called here. 6:43 left in this third period, and Mike Yo's team will be penalized.
This is about the only situation that the start of the power play will not be in the attacking zone, because watch the right side of your screen. There it is on the blue line. I don't know if it's going to be 2 or 4. It's going to be 2, but because it was icing on the delayed sequence, the faceoff comes out just outside the Carolina line.
That's a tough one. So the Hurricanes now outside the blue line. Sean Bergenheim, acquired from the Florida Panthers. He was disenchanted with the whole scene there, so they granted him a wish, moved him along. Good player.
He's a money player. By the way, you know, with the advent of analytics, and the Hurricanes look at it just as all teams do. Well, Bill Peters has pulled his goaltender down 2 goals with 5 minutes to play in some games. What does he do on the power play with 6 to go?
Here's Jordan Stahl at pinballs, and it's knocked down by Matt Dumba. Along the wall now, second power play for the Hurricanes. Dumba held in momentarily by Riley Nash. Carolina recoiling. Falk. Unattainable pass for Alex Semin. It comes all the way back to Dumba. He'll clear it back out to center.
I believe the analytics say a 5-on-3 in the second period, even in a tie game. In the second period, where you can't make changes, you should pull your goalie. Nobody's done that.
Now Falk. Away for Nash. Around the clock it goes. Skinner throws on the brakes. Jeff Skinner delays. Moves it back. Gets the pass from Nash. He'll dart. Slap pass. Jordan on the doorstep. Dubnyk said no. To the outside, Jordan Stahl. Riley Nash at the point. Moved along for Skinner. Semin. Jordan. Jordan Stahl off a stick. The play read beautifully. Good play at the defense by Nate Prosser, who dumps it out.
And no more food poisoning for Prosser. Spoke of that he had earlier in the week. Heck of an anticipation there, and a key clear so he could get off for a change.
Last half of the power play here as we see Rask over the line, rejected, not out, but now it is. Fontaine first, then Mikko Koivu.
I think he's been an unsung hero in this game, the captain, Mikko Koivu, especially at his own blue line. The types of defensive plays that he's made, turning pucks over.
I mean, his career has been unsung. Over the line, they cut. Eric Stahl has room. He lays it back to Falk. Here it comes. Wide of Dubnyk. Loose this way. 15 seconds of the power play. It's Victor Rask. Rask holding onto it. Back to the point. Falk will move it along. The pass to the corner. Nestrashil tied up by Ryan Suter. It kicks out. Covered up by Devan Dubnyk. Duke Energy power play notes. Let's take a look right here. Since February 7th, Carolina has the best power play in the National Hockey League.
Well, Rod Brind'Amour, who is not available tonight, deserves a lot of credit for that. And this latest rush, the Hurricanes had a good chance with traffic from the point for one reason. That man, Nestrashil, made a pass at a high rate of speed. I don't like it when guys make, sort of flutter-type passes. He doesn't. Everything's hard.
Hainsey holding on to it. Shot taken. Stopped again by Dubnyk from Pat Dwyer and fed out. Right along the goal line, Nino Niederreiter got to it. Icing the puck here with 4:34 left. Renew or purchase 2015-16 season tickets. Choose from a full season, 22-game flex plan, 11-game flex plan. New this season, fans will get the opportunity to choose which games are included in their 22 and 11-game flex plans. Visit CarolinaHurricanes.com/tickets or call 866-NHL-CANES.
Well, against the Islanders and against New Jersey, down 2 goals, Bill Peters pulled his goaltender with just about this amount of time in both occasions. And he is elected not to here tonight. And I know that both of those decisions were analytics-based. So this seems to be more of a gut-type call. Maybe he feels that power play generated momentum and he wants to keep Anton in for a couple more minutes and see if you can carry that momentum into even strength.
Power play tonight 0 for 2. 3 shots over the course of the 2-man power advantages. And we had some time expire off a face-off. I believe we're in a commercial zone, and we are. 4:32 left in this third period down the stretch. Dubnyk has been a tower of power. We'll take a look at Coors Light and cold hard facts before he got there. You take a look at where Minnesota was, well out of the wild card picture since he has joined the team. How about it? The first wild card spot as they hurdled by Winnipeg last night.
Don't look now. But right now, the Chicago Blackhawks are trailing Carolina's next opponent, the Edmonton Oilers. If Minnesota wins this game and Chicago were to lose, the Wild would be 2 points in back of the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's schedule is pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of home games down the stretch. Now, what would the reward be for that? First-round matchup with either the St. Louis Blues or the Nashville Predators. But, that's not a given that Chicago's going to be ahead of them.
How about Nashville? They're coming back. They've lost 5 in a row, losing last night at home to the New York Islanders. Hainsey now picked off by Mikko Koivu. Carried in the zone, Elias Lindholm. His shot fended off by Dubnyk and accepted out in front by Christian Folin, who took a heavy hit from Jordan Stahl. He ices the puck in this scenario and will swing it back. Our next telecast, we swing over to Fox Sports Carolinas from Sports South, where we emanate tonight. We will see the Edmonton Oilers starting with Hurricanes live at 2:30, and they are led by Jordan Eberle and a host of young players. Eberle with 44 points.
Former first-round pick. New coach since we saw the Edmonton Oilers last, Todd Nelson, coming up from Oklahoma City, their American League affiliate. Nail Yakupov has played a lot more like a first overall pick, so it'll be fun to see where he's at.
They're praising his two-way game, and they're saying that Derek Roy, who they acquired, has a big role in it. He's on his line. As it pops out, it comes back to Rissanen, played here by Alex Semin off a stick. Edmonton in Chicago tonight. They will travel here after that game, and we'll see an afternoon matinee from PNC Arena. Comes all the way back in. Icing is called here. 3:39 left in the third period. Let's take a look at the playoff picture right now as it stands, with the top 3 in each division, and then the wild card picture.
Well, if St. Louis could have beaten Philadelphia last night, they'd really be creeping. They still are right there in reach of Nashville. Anaheim certainly has got first locked up in the Pacific, and these Canadian teams that you think are going to fall off, whether it be Vancouver, certainly the Calgary Flames, who won in a shootout. Schlemko scoring a beauty. They're in Detroit tonight. Boy, what a job Bob Hartley has done. Peter Laviolette certainly in Nashville. I know that they're facing adversity now. Those would be two candidates for the Coach of the Year.
Schlemko, who started with Arizona, went to Dallas, played 5 games for them, was put on waivers, claimed, didn't play much last night, and he looked like Peter Forsberg as he scored that goal late in the shootout. 8 rounds, I believe, on Tuukka Rask. Up top now, Carolina goes to work. Rissanen with a wrister, tipped on the way through by Bergenheim. It's loose, side of the goal. Alex Semin, 17 minutes gone in this third period. Semin from the corner defended, punched along by Nathan Gerbe. Riley Nash defended by Jonas Brodin. Gerbe chops it back. Hillen awaits at the point. A wrister, it's tipped. Jump ball, it goes over the glove hand of Dubnyk out of the corner. Played by Brodin, a good play to Jordan Schrader, who gets it out.
And Hudobin remains in the net. So this is definitely, this is a change of a recent course for Carolina, down by this 3-1 margin.
Now the puck is fed in, scaled in by Jack Hillen. 2:30 left in this third period. Moved along, Hillen there, and it pops out. We will continue to keep an eye on Anton Hudobin. Carolina down by 2. Victor Rask, Nathan Gerbe, here they come. Over the line, Nestrashil, he'll cut, pull up, swallowed by Devan Dubnyk.
Well, the second period tonight was extremely memorable, and in particular for Jeff Skinner. Alex Semin found him a couple of different times. He hit a bar here on a power play. Just a vintage Skinner release. He fought to get to the dangerous areas and then made a good defensive play, which led to a heck of a playmaking play to Riley Nash finishing to tie the hockey game. And, that's where Devan Dubnyk, if Minnesota wins, that's where I'm sure Mike Yeo and the leadership group for this Minnesota team will point to what he did in that middle period to keep it 1-1.
Mikko Koivu, Jordan Staal. Minnesota in possession. Brodin, Brodziak, hit by Belmore, comes all the way back down. 2:07 now on the clock. Hudobin stays put for now. Eric Staal, his pass detected by Koivu. It's a bouncing puck, moved along by Ryan Suter. To the corner, Elias Lindholm, and Hudobin is stationary. In the ring now, Ron Hainsey, under 2 minutes left. Eric Staal stopped and covered up by Devan Dubnyk.
We have to compliment Mike Yeo for deciding not to go with Darcy Kempfer, but to go back with Devan Dubnyk tonight. And his logic was they are still not in a comfortable playoff spot. And, like I said earlier, because only a couple guys skated today. They're not practicing tomorrow, and then they're playing Colorado on Sunday. He said, well, if I rest him tonight, then he's probably going to be rusty for the game, against the Avalanche. So it's paid off on many fronts.
Kemper has not played in the National Hockey League since January 20th. He's the backup. Nicholas Backstrom is the third goalie tonight. We'll see. That'll be their issue moving forward. Final time we will see Minnesota this season. Winning in St. Paul on February 14th. A shot taken, tipped in on Dubnyk. That was Rasmus Rissanen from the point. As we see the young Finn, 1:27 left in regulation time.
Well, still plenty of time left, and I just did see Bill take a look at Hudobin. He just glanced down at him, but he's elected to keep him in. Let's see if Victor Rask can come out and win this face-off. This is a Swede against against Charlie Coyle. So the Swede against the American in the face-off circle. 2 young centermen.
Off the draw, Prosser now. Out of the reach of Zach Parise. Ron Hainsey goes deep. $1:20 on the clock. 3-1 Minnesota. In the center ice area, Brodziak defended by Justin Falk. Carolina kicks it around. They start again. 69 seconds left in regulation time. Carolina down by a deuce. Victor Rask sends it in. Hudobin stays put. Out of the corner now. Along the boards and back, it's Matt Dumba.
Well, Wes Koivu taking that face-off. My apologies. Koivu against Rask.
Along the boards now. Rask in control. This way it's Hainsey. He'll go wide. Ron Hainsey now throttles inside for Nestrashil. He's hacked at by Prosser. Out in front. A good chance for Victor Rask, and Dubnyk possibly got a piece of it.
Boy, has he ever typified less is more goaltending. You know, how often do we see one of the biggest goalies in the league, you know, play like a hockey goal is the size of a soccer goal and therefore take away his size advantage? Not Dubnyk. I mean, he has literally not moved unless he's had to. And with those eyes that have improved with the laser eye surgery that I mentioned, he's just locating pucks. He's been brilliant.
Khudobin again stays put. 40 seconds left in this third period. The Stalls come out with Lindholm. Lyles is back, manning 1-point position along with Rasmus Rissanen. A half-minute left. Hurricanes in danger of losing for the 12th time on home ice, 32nd overall. Minnesota attempting to win their 5th in a row. Coming off a win last night in Washington. Elias Lindholm out in front. Eric Stahl lurking off a body off Granlund. Frozen by Devan Dubnyk. 16.6 seconds on the clock.
To take a look at the two Stalls' final ice time, but they have not played a ton here tonight, certainly in this third period. Here Eric throws the puck to the net, and Dubnyk, you know, it's sort of a precarious position, is able to control that rebound, make sure it doesn't bank off of him. And the Minnesota Wild will march, it would appear, even closer towards another playoff berth. And if they get healthy, there are many teams that are going to want to face them. And you look at the guys we talked about in our open, the young Granlund and Dumba. You know, they've drafted and developed well. They're going to be good for a long time.
Off the draw, comes back. It's moved by Brodziak. Lyles on his horse. 8 seconds on the clock. It's a 5-game homestand for the Hurricanes that starts tonight, and it will start on a down note. Minnesota comes to town, led by one of the great stories this season, Devan Dubnyk in goal. He gets it done as he stops 37, and they defeat Carolina 3-1.
High marks to, as we said, Mike Yeo for starting Dubnyk on back-to-back nights. The third time he's played him in the front and back end since he became a member of this Minnesota organization. What he did in the second period when the Hurricanes play was by far their best of the night. And I look at that big line. That big line won the game for him in the third period. 2 goals from Pominville last night in Washington, and they did it again tonight. Mikael Granlund, he gets the game winner. Zach Parise, the insurance tally, and Pominville had his impact all over it with that leadership group to get them back to Minnesota with 4 points out of Washington and Carolina.
Back-to-back sequence. They win last night in our nation's capital. Then they come here. It's faced off in period number 1. Minnesota gets a goal from Charlie Coyle. Carolina had an outstanding second period. Riley Nash would end up tying the game, but Minnesota took over in the third period. They defeat the Hurricanes by a count of 3-1. Stay with us. We have total post-game coverage. Hurricanes Live comes your way next. Again, the final. The Wild 3, the Canes 1 on Sports South.